Bang.
Bang. I always love the bang.
The bang.
Welcome, folks. We've got Matt and CJ ready to give you guys some knowledge bombs about crypto. And wow, great time for it because Ethereum hitting new record highs, guys. New records. I mean, just bang, bang, bang. It's just running. And, you know, it is surpassing, obviously, even Bitcoin, not in price, not in market cap, but in interest right now. And, you know, I got to throw it to you, CJ. That's got to be because of the projects. I mean, people use Ethereum more than any other coin for that. And ETH has just been exploding, trading over 2,100 new record highs. Volume of trade is huge. But tell me about why, you know, you need this for projects.
Yeah, Ethereum is kind of the backbone for this entire DeFi revolution that we've kind of seen, whether it be projects like Aave or Comp, decentralized lending protocols, or things like Uniswap or KNC, things like decentralized exchange protocols. In many cases, you need Ethereum to interact with those. Also, the NFT revolution or just this hype mania that we've seen is built on the backbone of Ethereum as well. And in many cases, you need the Ether to get it. So I think that's why we've seen a lot of bullish price action in ETH as this kind of market cycle has progressed. But additionally, speaking of records, we just hit a $2 trillion market cap collectively in the total cryptocurrency market cap, Bitcoin accounting for about 55% of that. And also, before we begin, I want to congratulate our sponsor, Voyager, on reaching 1 million users. Very impressive. Well done.
Yeah, that's big news for Voyager. They had a great month of March here. And yeah, CJ, I think, and John, I think what you guys talk about there with the relationship between ETH and the alts is one of those edges that we have in crypto that's kind of unique to the space, where there's this sort of relationship between these projects and almost a hierarchy of projects. So you can see when assets are popping that are built on the Ethereum blockchain, it may not be immediately beneficial for ETH, but eventually that money does tend to flow back into ETH and raise its price. So it's always encouraging to see all these novel and innovative projects being built on the Ethereum blockchain. And I think that's definitely a large reason why it has been able to climb to new record highs in price. So exciting stuff. And I think it's finally kind of overcoming those very high gas fees.
Well, and I think there's, you know, two really big chunks of news out there, guys. other than the Ethereum set. And one of those is that Topps, the baseball card company, getting bought by a special purpose acquisition company, a SPAC. The reason that this is so big is multi-layered, but I'll break it down quickly. One, the biggest shareholder in Topps was, and I believe was privately held, but is Michael Eisner, the former head of Disney. And, you know, tip of the hat to you, Michael, for jump in there and take that one. Guys, I got to take a call real quick. I'll be right with you. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, CJ, you mentioned yesterday when we were talking about Bitcoin, sort of this ascending triangle formation. And I think it's kind of held true, and we're kind of pushing up against that top end. You want to quickly give us your outlook for Bitcoin and what you're seeing in the second half of this week?
Yeah, you know, more of the same. We're just dealing with that ascending triangle kind of bouncing off the two levels, whether it be the ascending line or that resistance channel up at 60K. But one thing that I think is interesting and may lead to some explosive fireworks potentially later in the week is those stimulus checks that we've been talking about so often for weeks even. I know some of my family and friends have already received theirs, but many have not. And so the third checks, millions of Social Security beneficiaries should receive their checks by this Wednesday, April 7th, the IRS said yesterday. Do you guys think this is already priced in? Do you think it could still have some explosive impact? Any thoughts whatsoever?
I think it will. And you know, this is going to sound like it's a setup, but I think it's going to ripple through the market, CJ. I mean, because the joke, folks, is that Ripple, which is a joke coin, it's a banking coin, but it is barred from most, if not all, US exchanges. I believe Coinbase and the rest of them, you can't trade Ripple because they have a lawsuit pending with the United States government, which has accused them of running a fraud and doing a security offering without proper registrations and all the rest. That stock, or that coin rather, is up from 47 cents to 97 cents just in the last 10 days, maybe less than that. So when I say rippling through the market, you can't tell me that a lot of the people that are buying that coin right now aren't people that are getting that stimulus check and just pouring money into one of the known altcoins other than Ethereum, even though there are 38 billion of them out there. And usually the asset gathers its value by its scarcity. In this case, that can't be true. Of these floating around out there, there's only 18 point whatever million Bitcoins out there. So I think this is just crazy town for XRP. And I think that's the biggest evidence, guys, of the surge of those stimulus checks being put to work by people, even if it's put to work in a bad way, unless they take some profits pretty quick.
Well, John, I think it's funny that you bring up XRP because I think there's a lot of relation from XRP to actually your Doge. I'm not sure if it was your Doge, but I think there's a lot of relation in the correlation between XRP going up and Stellar, because we remember Stellar XLM was a fork of XRP. They do a very similar thing. They are not a fraud. You can actually still buy them on US exchanges. So if this kind of weird irrational rally continues in XRP, I think XLM is a much safer way to potentially get exposure to that run.
Yeah, and I think that's a good transition to our Doges of the day, because CJ just leaked John's Doge prior to our segment, but that's okay. That's okay. A little teaser there. And yeah, I think you laid it up nicely, CJ, for John. So John, what did you see in XLM that kind of led you to pick it as your Doge of the day for today?
Well, and just as you say, it is my Doge of the day. We love that little Doge, that dog flying on the rocket. And this one has been a rocket. And I wanted to show you guys a little of the volume that I'm talking about in this case, because XLM is, just as CJ and Matt both said, this is Stellar. and Stellar is making a very nice move. And the 24-hour trade of this particular asset has really jumped pretty dramatically. There you see on that screen that it was trading a little over $1 billion, and that's just a day ago. That was yesterday. And then it starts climbing and the volume just explodes. So this, many people would say, is another example, just like XRP was, of people looking at one of the big known altcoins, just as CJ said, spun off out of XRP, out of Ripple, and now it is now trading $5 billion as of just a little bit ago, 5.2 billion you see there on your screen. So it moves up from 45 cents or whatever yesterday, 44 cents, to now 57 cents. And, you know, that kind of build usually results in a continuation to the upside. So this one's my Doge of the day, guys.
I like it, John. I know you love the volume, and it does look like it's set to build on that volume. So good to see. CJ, you want to hit us with your Doge of the day, my friend?
Yes. Before I give the name, I just want to say that Stellar is up 333% in relative trading volume. Data courtesy of our friends over at Trade the Chain. But my pick of the day is going to be Algo. I've been talking about this one. I think it's been my Doge of the day previously. I really like the fundamentals behind Algo Rand and what they're doing, the individuals who are building on top of them in those projects. Looking at a technical formation, we haven't quite had that massive volume spike in that really causes the catalyst for bullish price action. However, I do like this technical setup a lot going up into resistance. And I think inevitably it looks very likely that it will make a go at that previous high. So I'll be watching that one very closely as well for the rest of the week. I am currently long Algo Rand.
Yeah, CJ, I like that pick. And I think it's, I mean, I picked my asset with a kind of similar mindset. I think the technicals kind of apply to it in a similar sense here to CKB, which is my Doge of the day, Nervos Network. And when I picked this one, I mean, John had kind of a bigger altcoin, a more established altcoin, which I think is a really good pick. But I kind of went with a smaller, very small market cap altcoin. And my thinking here was, we mentioned earlier in the show, Voyager recently this month onboarded more than 1 million active users. So I think that in conjunction with the stimulus money that's still trickling in is going to be largely beneficial to the assets towards the bottom of Voyager's market cap list. Because when these retail traders flood in, that's what they look for, is these low cap, high potential assets, because they tend to do it kind of a FOMO trade, and they feel like Bitcoin is just too high of a price. So they'll look at these low cap assets. And I think CKB fits the bill for retail speculation in the following weeks. So this is one that I think could perform tremendously well. I think as Voyager continues to get people off the wait list, people will continue to speculate on assets like CKB, like StormX, and others like GLM at the bottom of the market cap. So I'm holding all three of those. I'm kind of trying to accumulate those before that rush of people gets in, because I think over the next month, we're going to see a tremendous increase in volume and just a really big pickup with a lot of these low cap assets. So I'm excited for this next month, and CKB is my Doge of the day.
Cool. Well, which was a fill for a stock that I'm trading. I just wanted you guys to hear about that TOPS thing, because the reason that's going to be so big, guys, is because Michael Eisner, number one, he's going to become the chairman actually of the whole thing, the SPAC, as well as that purchase of TOPS. And when you talk about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, you know, having a non-fungible token for something that's as valuable as some of those collectible cards that TOPS has, turning those into a digital and making them an NFT is going to be huge, I think. Second thing, just to throw out quickly, is that the Winklevi twins, they have a big article. I'll tweet it out. But there's a nice big article about these guys being front and center of the NFT craze. And basically, they have a platform, if you will, for that called Nifty Getaway. Nifty Getaway is something that is definitely helping fuel the fire for this NFT digital asset ownership craze. And they're representing people like Beeple. You already heard that, Beeple sold a token at the Christie's auction house for $69 million. I did not stutter. I did not make a mistake there. $69 million. And for those of you out there who are saying, well, but Jon, this is just another sign of a bubble and too much money floating around. Maybe, but think of this though, folks. As smarter than people than I have said, why is that Honus Wagner baseball card worth so much money? Because there's only a handful of them. So collectors want them. Now you could take a picture of that and hang a picture of that Honus Wagner baseball card on your wall, or put it into some sort of a plexiglass thing to protect it and so forth, and put it on your desk. But you don't have the real thing. So assets gather their value by their scarcity. And these both are examples. The Winklevi with Nifty Getaway and Tops being merged into this SPAC are examples of people taking advantage of that scarcity to create assets that, hopefully in both cases will increase in value over time. So again, you can take a picture of the Mona Lisa. It's not the same as owning the Mona Lisa. So a non-fungible token is a one-off. There's only one. That's why it's non-fungible. So I think this, guys, is going to be one of the most fertile grounds for cryptos. And it's why I always say the future looks pretty bright if you're trading them.
Yeah, Jon. 2020 was really a kind of a paradigm shift in many ways. We saw, collectibles boom as a hobby in general, and then we saw them become digital. And yeah, we actually took the time at Market Rebellion to make an NFT course, and we put it on YouTube for free temporarily, just to kind of give people a taste of what we're doing over at Market Rebellion Crypto, what our education curriculum is like. So definitely go check that out if you're interested in hearing more of what Jon was just talking about, NFTs and the various examples and their utility and whatnot. Check that out at marketrebellion.com/crypto. It's in our education curriculum. And like I said, it is free on YouTube. So yeah, feel free to check that out.
And remember, guys, you can always check out CJ and Matt in the room. By the way, I see several of you like Mark and others telling me about the use cases for XRP. I don't disagree. I know it's a banking coin, Mark. You're absolutely right. I'm just saying if it's banned in the US and they end up paying a fine, that they can only fine you as that violation of securities law, then I think it becomes problematic for listing anywhere. But remember, you guys can go back and forth with CJ and Monty, Matt, within the crypto room. It costs you $1 for the first month, $1 for the first month. If you like it, you can continue for $29. If you don't get 100 times that value, I'll be shocked, but check it out. The crypto room is marketrebellion.com/try crypto. That's marketrebellion.com/try crypto. And we want to thank our sponsor, Voyager. Again, 1 million verified users on their platform. That's huge. Congratulations, Voyager.
Yep. Congratulations, Voyager. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. Thanks for watching.